Exciting day.
It is an exciting day, yeah. History made with the Oscar nominations.
Yeah, history made. But before we get to that, I do want to ask you, Kevin Hart is making the headlines. He's obviously not going to be the host. Depending on who you ask, I happen to agree, deservedly so, that he will not be there.
Finally, he changed his mind.
Finally, you had to change my mind last time you were here, but you did.
Yeah.
Now they're going with no host. I think it's awful. I think it's going to impact ratings. I think it's going to lessen the interest in this. What do you think?
Yeah, so there's going to be no host for the first time since 1989, and if you're old enough as me, you'll remember that was a disaster. You guys should go and watch the clip. It was like Snow White introed, and Rob Lowe came out and danced with her. It was so terrible. It's looked back as one of the worst moments in Oscar history, so we'll see what they do. I think they're going to probably end up relying on a lot of celebrity cameos, maybe some people that actually passed on the gig. I don't know what they're going to do. But the one nice thing is this show will be shorter. They're going to supposedly keep it to 3 hours. And
I like that.
Yeah.
That's still pretty long, though.
They're also going to cut some of the
3
categories
hours.
and make them announce the categories during commercial breaks, which I don't think is fair at all.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I predict that the Oscar ratings will go down even more than last year, where they were already down to a record low of minus 20%.
Okay, well, we're still going to hype these up here.
Okay, we will. Yes, yes.
They're good. History in the making, as you mentioned, Charlie. We've got Black Panther, the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture. Obviously, a heavy cultural references in there. And this one, people didn't think it'd get the love it deserves. It did. Were you surprised?
A little bit, yeah. I wasn't expecting the Academy to nominate this particular film, and I thought, to be honest, if they were going to do a superhero film, I thought Avengers: Infinity War was creatively a better film. But I do like that they gave a nod for cultural significance. It's a great film, so it's cool that it's up there.
How about Netflix receiving its first nomination?
So this is
for
the
Roma?
biggest controversy in Hollywood about Roma. You know, Roma wasn't eligible for the Golden Globe because a foreign film can't be nominated for Best Picture. But just based on the way that it's released by a streaming platform, a lot of the Academy didn't want it to be nominated. It's the first Netflix film to be nominated, which is exciting. It's a great film. I personally find it a little hard to get through. It's a little slow, but it looks so cool. It's the type of creative film that they love, so I'm not surprised it's up there, and I think it's definitely one to keep an eye on.
I bet we're going to see so many more Netflix films nominated from moving forward.
This is
buying
the way,
every movie.
The way history is going, absolutely. We can't avoid it, so yeah.
I was shocked that this is Spike Lee. This is his first nomination.
Yeah.
He's getting it for Black Klansman.
Right.
I did not expect him to
not have one yet.
Yeah.
He received an honorary
Oscar
Oscar recently, but it's not the same. So yeah, I'm also calling this kind of the year of the finally well-deserved Oscars that people haven't had before. Between Spike Lee, Diane Warren, who's nominated for Song. She's been nominated 10 times and has never won. And also, of course, Glenn Close, who has been nominated 7 times and hasn't won.
She has to win this year because
I think
of that,
so.
don't you think?
As much as I know you and I love Lady Gaga, I think it's going to go to Glenn.
It's still so early in Gaga's career.
Yeah, exactly.
As an actress.
I want to go back to Spike Lee because I was really excited about this one, and I think he pretty much was pretty excited too.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging on this nomination to see if he got it. We've actually got video of his reaction.
Oh, great.
Pretty cool moment.
So
right there.
exciting.
Yeah.
All the movies he's done, I'm shocked.
I know.
I know.
He's
I
been
hope
doing
he
it for
gets
so long.
Yeah, he
it's-
said that he likes, of course, the awards. It's a big honor, of course, but he says that making impactful films, that is an even bigger honor.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's excited for
That's
both.
the exciting thing about all these nominations. They're stories about people of color, about women, and I think it's really cool that the Academy is recognizing that we like this type of storytelling.
So I got to be honest, and this might not be the popular opinion, but I think of all Spike Lee's movies, this is one of the least deserving. I did not like Black Klansman like that.
Really?
I love all Spike Lee's work. Love it. Some of his movies are things that still ring and hold with me to this day. From ones I've seen as a youngster all the way up till now, I didn't get that much from Black Klansman. The story itself is wild. But I didn't think it'd get this love. It's almost like Training Day with Denzel Washington when he first got that nod.
Don't say
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was great, but I thought there's other works that he did that should have gotten more love ahead of that one. It's like, oh, he's got to be a gangster in order to win that
But
award.
they judge it independently.
Sure.
You know, it doesn't
You're
go
right.
back 10 years. That's not how the awards are. But I do hear
I'm
what
happy
you're
he's
saying.
nominated now, though.
All right, let's talk surprises and things to keep an eye on potentially. How about Melissa McCarthy? Did you think she'd be in a position for leading actress, and Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I loved her in this film, and I love her. I actually met her at the Globes. It was so cool. She's such a great.
right.
There she
She looks
is!
so
Yay!
vibrant.
I know she does. Thanks. How's that jacket, by the way? Just kidding.
That's an awesome.
I do think she deserves it. You know, a lot of comedians, you don't necessarily like to see them in these dramatic roles. Kristen Wiig, for me, when I see her like try to be dramatic, I just want her to be funny, even though she can do anything.
I feel the same way. And Steve Carell.
But Melissa McCarthy, I didn't mind. I actually really liked her in this role.
And that's a true story too. That's a wild one as well.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen this, definitely take a look at this film. But so a little bit of a surprise, I guess. But you know, I don't think she's going to win. But I'm glad that she's nominated.
It's interesting too that she's nominated for Worst Actress for a Razzie.
I know.
For Life of the Party and The Happy Time Murders.
Yeah.
Like, how amazing would it be if she won both of those? It just shows
I don't know
her
if that's ever
range.
happened before. Yeah, it shows her range, I guess. I don't know
Maybe
if that's
she
the type
changed
of
agents.
range you want to show.
I
but
really
yes.
wanted to love Life of the Party. It didn't work out. But
Maybe she
anyway.
changed agents a little too.
Okay, so we got Chicago's own Jennifer Hudson, okay?
Yes,
Her
yes.
song, I'll Fight. It was in RBG. Let's take a listen, guys.
So I'll fight that war for you. I'll stand and defend you. Take your
Okay, so Chicago's own, we're clearly rooting for this.
Yeah, I'm all about this. You know, since we don't have a host, I think people are going to really be paying attention to the musical performances. And I'm obviously we're going to see Gaga, who you and I love, but also, this Jennifer Hudson song is so good. And this is the Diane Warren song I was talking about. So she's been nominated 10 times. I don't know if she's going to win. Like, Shallow is the favorite, but I can't wait to see her perform it on the show.
Yeah.
Let's talk snubs because I'm pissed. And Carly's upset too.
About which one?
Me and Carly are very upset here. Bradley Cooper,
I
director
know.
for Star is Born. What
Yeah.
are people thinking not to put him in here?
This was definitely the biggest surprise. You know, he's very revered
Very
and
upset.
respected in the industry, and I don't know what happened. It just didn't. A lot of
This
people
is the
say
first film he directed, though, right?
it was the first film he directed. Yeah, he'll have another
that's
chance,
something.
and I think that it'll pick up a lot of other nominations. I think they got 8, but yeah, it's surprising. No director for him.
Did
Yeah.
it miss the cutoff? Will it be on next year or something? Like, I'm just trying to see
Right?
like
No.
how it
Even
can be
she's on board.
ignored.
It's just a snub. There's always one. There's always snubs, but yeah. He was pushing for it because I think he knew he wasn't going to win actor, so he was pushing for director, but it just didn't work. Same with Emily Blunt. A lot of people thought she'd be nominated for Mary Poppins. Did you see it yet? Or you just didn't see the
I
original?
still haven't seen the original,
Oh my God.
guys.
We need to
I
get,
need to watch it.
we need to get this
But
girl
you know
to the
what
movies.
I have seen Won't You Be My Neighbor with Mr. Rogers.
Okay,
I
so
can't believe that was
that
not
is my
nominated for
number one
documentary.
biggest snub this year. I thought it was not only going to be nominated but win for documentary. It wasn't even nominated.
fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers, so cool. Although I will say RBG, she's kind of like maybe the closest thing we have to Mr. Rogers nowadays. I don't know, in the sense that she's helping so many people. So anything that sheds a light on her, I'm excited about that. If you haven't seen that film, go see it, and I think that one will win for documentary.